What's up, YouTube? This is Austin at Trade, and today we are going to be going over my very first grading submission and what I got back. So, I posted what I sent a couple months ago, and basically that was a 60 card sub video, but I broke them down into 20 card subs each. And here I have 19 because I did accept an offer. So we'll go over that. I'll let you guys know how much I accepted for the offer. And to start things out, it's a nice clean card. So you think we got the Shining Charizard V from Champion's Path. This was actually my first chase card ever, and I was super excited to finally pull it, and it's been in my collection for the past 5 years ungraded. Finally got around to grading some cards, and I'm super excited to share with you guys that I got a Gem Mint 10. So this one will definitely be staying in the collection. And I did look at these grades beforehand. Obviously, you have to look at the grades to accept offers. And I don't know if I can ever hold off until I get them back to look at the grades in person. So my reactions aren't the most exciting. I mean, it's because of that. So this is the Bear Walker Tyranitar card. I got one Bear Walker skateboard, and I went with this Tyranitar because obviously I'm a Tyranitar collector. But this one, I don't even know how they grade them, but I'm also happy to share that I got a Gem Mint 10 on it. So we got two 10s. And for our next card, you can see how clean this card is. Maybe slightly off center on the back, but there's absolutely no whitening on it. And I might have revealed the grade there, but we have the Rainbow Charizard VMAX. This is another one from Champ's Path I was chasing. I actually got it way after I got the other one. I got drunk one night and ripped some ETBs I had sealed, and this was in there. And you can see the centering's a bit off, but I was really hoping for a 10 on this, and I got a 9. You know, and my buddy, he actually has like the same exact copy. I think they're from the same sheet because we got them out of the same ETBs. We got our ETBs at the same place, same time. He opened his before I got mine, but I know that's where the ETB I opened this Charizard came from, was the same lot that he got his. So a lot of words to basically describe that. His got a 10, mine got a 9, and they're the same centering. So this is one I'm considering sending off again, and I'd really like a 10 on this card to go with my shiny Charizard and whatnot. We got a little 9 pile. And for our next card, we got the shiny Charizard VMAX. This is one I actually could not pull to save my life, and so I had to buy a few copies. I think I bought 3 copies at $100. Or it might have been 2 copies at $100. Ended up selling one to a friend because he really wanted one, and then I kept one of them. Bought another one at the dip when it was $75. And I sent both of those in the submission, and we got a 10 on this one, which is amazing. That's why another reason I wanted this to get a 10, because I was going for a sequential set of those 3, which I am not going to get. Another clean card, and we have the regular one. in a Gem Mint 10. So I pulled 2 of these. I bought one for 20 bucks. But as you can see, we almost got a sequential set. We missed it by 1 grade. Missed it by 1 grade. But, you know, these things happen. So, this card, it used to be $100 when I first pulled it. You know, went down. It's like a $20 card. But in a 10, the price goes back up to like 100, 120. So, getting good value out of this submission so far. You can see my 10 stack, my 9 stack. You can see the centering on this is a bit off. And we got the other shiny Charizard VMAX. So I actually put this one in front of the other shiny Charizard because the centering was worse, and it got a 9. Got a 9. So we got our 9, we got our 10. This one will probably be for sale. I think I don't remember what they offered me for it at PSA, but I ended up keeping it. So maybe eventually I'll do a vending show. Put that in our 9 stack. Looks like maybe some whitening at the bottom on this one. So this is the Reshiram Zekrom GX alternate art. I actually pulled this out of a Pokeball tin. Was super stoked to pull it. At the time it was much cheaper, and this thing is just skyrocketed. Now when I was going over my copy, it wasn't the cleanest, but I knew it would be worth sending in, just how valuable this card is. In a 10 it's like 1,200 bucks. I think in a 9 it's like 400 or 500, and that's what I got on this, a 9. So I am not complaining given the condition of this and the fact that I pulled it out of a $15 Pokeball tin, and I'm seeing this kind of value come out of it is amazing. So another one for the 9 stack. Knew that one wasn't gonna 10, or if it did, it was gonna be very hard to 10. So this card is looking really clean. Let's see what we got. Ooh, we got the Togepi Cleffa Iggly buff. Now I actually bought the box this came out in at retail for 50 bucks, and I didn't care for the promo. You know, it's a very cool card. It's just not for me. It's a little too cutesy. Not my pick of Pokemon personally. So I sleeved it. I put it in a ETB box, saved it for the past 5 years, and we got a Gem Mint 10, and this one is big. The fact that it's got a 10 is huge because it's like 700-800 bucks. So I'm thinking that one will be for sale. And our next card, this one's looking pretty clean. Centering's off on the back. Let's see what we got. Ooh, the Braixen Charizard GX. I actually bought this at a shop for like 20 bucks, and it looks super clean, super crispy. Centering on the front doesn't look very bad, you know. And I thought this really had a shot at a 10, and it gets a 9. So this is one I might consider cracking and resubmitting, or I might just keep it as a 9. I was looking at it closer, and I think there is a little ding up here. I don't know if it came like that. You could see it right there. I'm almost positive that wasn't there, and PSA probably did that at some point. So, I mean, it is what it is. The centering's not perfect. Even a 9 is still... It's still a $100 card, so I might just keep it as a 9 and sell it or keep it. At the time, I was collecting these Sun and Moon Tag Team promos. I thought they were cheap. The alternate arts were hot in Sword and Shield era, and I was like, man, how come no one's looking at these? And so that's what I was buying. I was buying them anytime I saw them in good condition, and that's how I acquired this one. $20 to like $100. Here we got one. The back looks a little off center. The Giratina Garchomp. The front centering on this is like perfect if you look at it though. I actually did buy the Power Partnership tin. I guess that's what it's called. I bought this one and the Lucario one at release, or it might have been a reprint, but I saw them at Walmart, scooped them up, and saved the promos. You know, put them in an ETB like all my other ones. Thought they were cool cards. And we got a 10, a Gem Mint 10. So this is a pretty big one. I think it's like $400 or something like that. Maybe I'll try to put some prices up here for you guys. I'm not the best at editing. I use iMovie on the phone. But maybe I'll play with it, see if I can get some prices for you guys. So here we got another one. Centering looks pretty freaking good on this. Corners look great. Edges look great. And that is the Lucario Melmetal. So like I said, I bought the tin at release, and they were clean. We got 10s on both of my tins. Alright, we got another one. This one, the centering looks a little off on the back side, but they don't really care about the back centering as much. The corners, the edges, everything looks really crispy on this. I'll have to inspect it further. Maybe that top corner has something going on with it. But we got the Jolteon EX promo. I actually saw this in a binder at a local card shop for $5. And you know, it's a dog, or one of the evolutions. And so I was like, man, $5 for a card this clean and a little bit older seems like a steal. So I bought it, and we got a 9. That one kind of hurts. This would have been sick in a 10. I think a 9 is pretty cheap, but regardless, we're still doing pretty good on our submission here. So we got another card. Super clean looking. Centering might be slightly off side to side, but I mean, it looks pretty good. We got our Giratina V-Star. Now I actually bought this from a different shop, and they had 3 of them there. I guess some kid pulled 4 of these things at the release of Crown Zenith, and just incredible luck for that kid. He sold a bunch of them to the shop, and they were just trying to get rid of them. I think it was a $100 card at that point, and I paid $90 for it, and we get a Gem Mint 10. I picked the cleanest copy of the 3, and I'm super happy to get this in a 10. I bought it. It looked clean. I pulled the Arceus. My Arceus was off center, but you can't go wrong with Tina. And this is another one that's just shooting up in value. It might be dropping right now, actually, but it's been a very hot card as of late, so it's probably pushing $500, maybe $400. Another clean looking card. And we got the Mewtwo Mew Alt-Art promo. This is the 3rd one from the Power Partnership tins. I actually didn't get this at release, and in mid 2023, about 2 years ago, I decided I wanted to buy a Mewtwo Mew tag team tin and pull it myself, you know, out of the tin. So I took a gamble on that. At the time, I think I could have got a 10 for like $200, but the tins were $120. and I'm sure they're probably like $400 tins at this point. But I bought it, I pulled it, and we got the 9. That one really hurt as well. I might have to look this one over. I know it's basically perfect. I think the only thing wrong is the centering, but you can see those corners and the edges are super clean. I know the surface has no scratches, but it is off center, side to side, just ever so slightly. So this one might be one we resubmit. And this is another one I sent sequential with the Giratina and the Lucario, hoping to get a sequential set of these power partnership tins, and we failed. Got another clean card, super crisp edges, super crisp corners. And we got the Eevee Snorlax GX Tag Team promo. These come from the Tag Team tins. Ooh, excuse me. But this copy's super clean. I got this out of a tin at release. So it was basically a free promo. And we get the Gem Mint 10. This is another big one. You know, you got that Kamiya artwork, who he's very popular right now, his art style. You got an Eevee and a Snorlax. So I really only see this card going up in value, and to get it in a 10 is incredible. So that one might be one I hold on to for a little bit. I'll probably sell it at some point. I'm mainly focusing on my Tyrannitars right now. These promos are awesome. I'll always love them, but if I can get, $800 for this thing or whatever it's going for, it might be worth it to take that and put it towards another Grail Tyranitar card. We've got another 10. Our 10 stack's looking good. Our 9 stack is falling right behind. So we got another super clean card here. I mean, this thing looks flawless, in my opinion. I'll have to inspect all these cards off camera, but I'm not seeing anything wrong with the back. The centering looks good. The corners, the edges, everything looks great. And we got a Sceptile EX, Ancient Origins. I actually pulled this one myself. I think this was in the same tin with the Mewtwo. And I was super stoked to pull it. I am a Sceptile fan. That would probably be my starter Pokemon if I was in the Pokeverse. I was a huge Hoenn fan growing up. This was the Pokemon I played through with. And so, getting this card, and I knew Megas were hot. It looked clean. I put it in the submission. But we got a 9. Now, I don't know if this is one that's worth cracking out. It does look super clean. Centering is slightly off, but I'll have to inspect it. It looks flawless on the back. So I don't really know what they were thinking giving this thing a 9. They were probably, just having another day at the job. Didn't want to hand out too many 10s now. Here's another card. This one looks pretty clean. I mean, the corners look like they're pulling up a little. I do see a little white dot down here. Let's see what we got. We got the Persian Illustration Rare. And I knew these. I pulled 3 of these. Only thing I pulled from Shrouded Fable, which worked out because it's one of the more expensive cards. And I picked the cleanest copy. I think I traded one. I have one raw. Picked the cleanest copy to grade. And it got a 9. Now, I don't think I'll do any better than a 9, but I think it was worth sending in, trying my shot. There's one little white dot down there, which is unfortunate. Add that to the 9 stack. Looks like the 9s are starting to catch up here. We got another card. Let's see. It's looking pretty clean. I think there is a slight white dot on this bottom corner, but otherwise a pretty clean copy. I might have just revealed the grade, but we're going to roll with it. We got the Mu EX from the 151 UPC, and I had 2 copies of these. I think I opened 2 UPCs, picked the cleanest of the 2, was hopeful it could get a 10, but they weren't perfect. So we got a 9 on this, which is totally okay. And now our stacks are even. Let's see what we can get. We got 1 card to go. Super clean copy. Nothing wrong with those edges or corners. Let's see what we got. We got the Pikachu VMAX. Centering's perfect, top to bottom. I actually pulled this out of a pack. I was ripping a bunch of celebrations. So before that, I ripped a bunch of Vivid Voltage. Never got this card. You know, always wanted it. It's the major chase of the set. Never was lucky enough to pull it. Then flash forward, I'm ripping in celebrations and these packs come in it. And I did not care to open Vivid Voltage at this time in my life. And I would just stack my Vivid Voltage packs, and I was like, oh, one day I'll just sell the packs, no big deal. I don't need them. I don't need to rip them. But one day I got home from work, and I was like, you know, I kind of want to rip a pack. And this thing had to have been sitting on my shelf for like a month in the pack. I ripped it open, and we got the Pikachu VMAX. In a gem mint 10. Cannot go wrong. This is one I probably will keep just because of the era. This is the era I got back into it. I was chasing this card for a while, couldn't get it. Finally pulled one myself, and it gets a 10. You cannot complain. So with that, we'll end off the video. We got no more cards, but we actually do have 1 card to talk about. So in this submission, I had a Ancient Origins Full Art Giratina, and it got a 8. And I knew from the start when I sent it in that corner down here was a little funky right out of the pack. I pulled it right out of the pack, but it was a little funky. There was some whitening on the front, and maybe I could have resubmitted it and got a 9. The back was super clean on it, but the front had some issues. And I felt like an 8 was fair, and they offered me $147 for the card, and those cards are going for $150 right now on eBay in an 8. So I figured selling it was the best move, and I'm glad I took the money, because otherwise I'd be sitting on a card. And I don't really collect 8s. I like Giratina, but I'm more of a Tyranitar guy. I'd be sitting on this card. Maybe it goes down, maybe it goes up, but I would have to put in some extra footwork to sell it, post it on eBay, probably get, you know, even if I got $150, I'd get hit with fees, and I would lose money on it. So the $147 price seemed like a really solid price to accept at, and that's why I accepted it. And maybe I'll put a scan in here if I can figure that out. Like I said, I'm still new to all this, but anyways, I think we did pretty good. There would be 1 8 right here, but we got a 50% jam rate for a first submission. I am more than happy with that. And some of the cards that got 10s are super valuable, so we're excited for this one. Appreciate you guys being here. Please like, subscribe, comment down below. And once again, this has been Austin at Tyranitrade, signing off.